show you tonight a potential solution for that problem. This search box down the right hand side, this is from one of my websites, geek.ryanhellyer.net, and it's a search for the word menu. Now, I made a bunch of menu plugins a long time ago for WordPress. They're horrible, don't look them up, but they've been linked from everywhere all over the internet, and I'd say probably a third of the traffic that comes to my site is people wanting to find out about the plugin and 2 pages associated with the plugin. And if I do a search for menu, these have nothing to do with that stuff whatsoever. If I do a Google search, the first 10 things that show up are related to that one menu plugin, and that's a really helpful way to search. But searching via the built-in search in WordPress is useless. The first thing it does is pick out the past 3 posts which have the word menu in them. That's completely useless considering this plugin, which everybody is trying to search for, was from 2009. So this is utterly useless for anybody that's trying to search for menus on my site, which is pretty much all of the search queries that I get. This here is from my personal blog, and if I search for the word ski, which if I'm wanting to find old stuff I wrote about skiing, seems like a sensible thing to punch in. And the first thing that shows up is something about an apartment block I saw in Romania. And I think somewhere in the bottom of the post I mentioned the word skills. And so it's picked out SKI ski from the word skills. So this clearly has nothing to do with skiing. Neither does the next one. And yeah, this one has the word skinniest street. SKI. Completely, totally and utterly irrelevant. It has nothing to do with my search query at all. So that's the built-in WordPress search. Oh, and yeah, other thing that's missing is if I search on, some of you might recognize this person, Martha. If I search on her name on my blog, it doesn't highlight her name in the excerpt. If you go to Google or Bing or any major search engine, whenever you search for something, it always highlights the search string in the excerpt that it gives you, so you can see basically where what you search for relates to the post. So that doesn't show up either. If instead of using the WordPress search, you can do a Google site search, basically running a Google search within your site. The problem with that is I don't really like it because it looks like this, which is not ugly, but it doesn't suit the rest of my site. It looks kind of weird. And it also shows up some really bizarre things, like this one here is my domain /tag/pics-of-me/page 3. So all that is a bunch of posts which don't really have anything to do with the thing that I'm searching for. For some reason Google just thought it was important. What I want to show up in the search result are posts or pages, not some obscure tag page. Maybe if the tag page was only about the thing that I was searching for, but in this case it was not at all. And the one good thing this does do, much better than any of the built-in system, is that Google is able to work out what the most important posts are that people are searching for. So if in that earlier case of the menu, searching for the word menu, Google knows that these 3 really old posts of mine are super popular because it's crawled the entire World Wide Web. It can see there's, I don't know, 1,000 links back to one particular page. So it knows that the most important page on my whole site is that one particular page. So if I search for menu in Google in relation to my site, the first thing that shows up is that most important page. So Google does this beautifully, far better than any built-in system in Google does. Another alternative system is this plugin called Relevancy. I haven't tried it, but they claim that it does much better. Basically, it's able to work out what the most important things are better than the built-in WordPress search. But I went to their actual company site and I did a search for the word ski, and sure enough, the first thing that showed up was a post with the word skip in it. Clearly nothing to do with skiing. So this is not particularly great either. I would have much rather it just said we have no post relation to skiing. Should we try and fix that? Yeah. Sorry about the flickering. I'm not sure how to fix that.
It's near side.
Yeah. That was very smart. Where's view slide? Can anybody see? Now the Google API is a service which Google provides where you can actually grab out the search queries in basically a raw data form. And there's a plugin for WordPress you can use which pulls in basically all of your results. Instead of getting them from the WordPress database, it gets them from the Google database, and it actually injects them into the built-in search system in WordPress. So it looks like your built-in search, but it grabs them from the results from Google. You need to pay for it. 20,000 searches a year will cost you $100 US. I'm stingy, I don't want to spend any money on my site. And so I actually went to Bing.com and found they have 5,000 searches a month and it's free. I prefer free to paying for stuff. So what I did was I made a plugin for WordPress which uses this Bing API. So now when you come to my website and you search for menu, for example, it actually makes a call back to Bing.com. And you get all of it gets the results that Bing thinks are the most important. And one of the problems with the Bing API is it only pulls out maybe, if I search for the word menu, I think it pulls out maybe 7 different results. There's probably about 40 posts in my site relating to menus. And so what I do is I grab the 7 results from Bing and I add them into the really bad results from WordPress. But I make sure that the Bing results are always on the top. So now if you search for the word menu on my site, the most important thing comes first because Bing told my site that that's the most important thing. And it actually does the top 7 things that come up in that search string seem to be the most logical things. I also fixed the highlighting via this plugin, and now whenever you go to my site, the excerpt always shows the highlighting for what the search string is. Started talking before I got to the slides. Yeah, and if we search for the word ski, I discovered after doing some testing that there were some things I did want to show up. One of the prime examples was words like skiing, or skis, or skier, a whole bunch of different, I'm not sure what the grammatical word is, or any of those words with an extension on the end of them. I needed to make sure that I searched for them as well. So this will search for anything relating to the word ski and show them up in the search results. I haven't released this to the public yet, but it is available for viewing on my site, and I'll be soon looking for people to guinea pig test it. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I'm not sure this is the perfect solution to search, but I thought I'd present it as a theoretical, useful thing that hopefully some of you might like to use in the future.
You see a light yellow?
Oh, sure. You can give it a shot now. What do you want to search for?
Norway.
That's going to show lots of stuff. And that makes sense that that one would show up first, because there'd be a bunch of WordPress people that were linking to it at some point. No idea why that thing must have thought that was important for some reason. Oh, it's probably because it had Norway as the first thing in the title.
Yeah, probably.
Good man.
Sure.
I'm assuming I'm mentioning you something. Okay, that is not good at all. That's somebody's title. Kate Mosswood.
That was good.
Any questions relating to Sep? No? Okay.
Well, what's the relationship between wall and thickness?
Pictures. We had a picture taken with a statue of Kate Moss. Slightly dodgy picture, maybe I shouldn't show it on the screen.
Oh. Just showing them all, but not on screen.
No more questions? Okay. Thank you, Brody.